Waiting for Scalz to get in here. Gotta get my notes. Yeah, unofficially, I'm doing this for off the top, so I'm not back quite yet. I'm close to 16K. Wow, congratulations. So yeah, this is my unofficial return. Doing this for Off the Top podcast. Here I can just join you. Send you the invite. Doing this for Off the Top podcast with me and Scalz, doing our NXT Deadline predictions.
Yeah.
What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here we go.
Hey, what's going on? There he is.
We're both wearing red today.
Oh, yeah. Not planned, by the way, but
No, I got my New Day. I got my New Day shirt on. The New Day
oh,
Rocks.
yeah, mine's just a Nike shirt.
So what's good, man? How you been?
I'm pretty good, man. Ready for this holiday season to be over, so I can get back to normalcy schedule-wise.
Especially where you work.
Yeah, right.
So you looking forward to the show?
Yeah, man. I think it should be a good show. I'm curious to see how this whole Iron Survivor match plays out. It seems like a very creative match type, which we definitely need more of in this day and age. So yeah, I'm excited for those.
Yeah, I definitely am interested in these. I like the concept of it.
Yeah, for sure.
What match you want to start off with?
We can start from the top, I guess. We can start with the men's Iron Survivor.
Okay. I was actually surprised with who the panel chose. Like the first four.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Joe Gacy would have been in that four.
I mean, I'm not shocked by it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Joe Gacy. I didn't quite understand his whole gimmick like when it first started, but like the fact that just the character development that he's going through, and now he's got a faction behind him as well. I think he's doing some of his best work so far in NXT. So I honestly think it might have been the wild card to put him in this match, but I definitely think that he needs a push towards that direction, towards the the main event scene or whatever. So I like it, honestly. I like the fact that they put Joe Casey in this match.
Yeah, I like what they've done lately with him and with what's her name joining the group, The Rock's daughter. I can't think of her name in the show.
Cora Jade? No.
No, I can't think of her name right now. But I like her. She's a good addition to the show, to the group. She actually can talk, which was surprised about. But I shouldn't be surprised coming from The Rock.
Oh, you're talking about God, I can't think of her name either. Ava Raine.
Ava Raine, right?
Yeah. She's definitely a great addition or whatever. And like people were always talking about like how, oh yeah, she shouldn't be in NXT and yada yada yada. Well, I mean, NXT is where you hone in on your own gimmick. NXT is where you hone in on your own thing, and then you get called up to the main roster. So, and I love the fact.
I was gonna say people were so upset that she went with them. Like they felt that she would be hidden by them, but it's actually the opposite. She stands out against the rest of them.
Right. And like I said, I just don't get why they're upset, because I love the idea behind it, because like I said, I don't want like what I hate is how anybody who's related to Roman and The Rock or whatever, they always want to group them in with the bloodline or whatever. Not everyone's going to be in the bloodline. Like it's just, you know what I mean? You don't want that to be a 20-person faction. This isn't the
I
NWO.
mean,
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like,
it easily
you
could
know,
be.
they, I want, I'm loving that Ava Raine is having her own thing. Like I said, I've said this before. I said this before. You know, I want to forget that. I want to forget that Ava Raine's even The Rock's daughter completely
Hmm.
because she has her own gimmick. You know, I want to be reminded, like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. That's The Rock's daughter. I don't want to keep looking at her and go, oh yeah, that's The Rock's daughter because her gimmick is even remotely the same as The Rock's. So
Um, I've been impressed with Grayson Waller lately. I love when he does the Grayson Waller Effect show and he goes live on Instagram.
hmm
It's a cool little addition that they should have actually been doing a long time ago. Like for like the
yeah,
Miz
for
TV,
sure.
like they should have been doing all that with this because it gets the fans engaged. Like it actually allows them to see things up close as opposed to like they feel like they're at the show.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. I've always kind of been impressed by Grayson Waller. He's just the overall character from him. I think it stands out, and in a mix of this crop of new talent on NXT or whatever. So
Hmm.
I definitely like Grayson Waller. I see him being I see him being a primetime player when he gets called up to the main roster. So yeah, I definitely like Grayson Waller. I don't know what it is. Like I know a lot of people don't really like him, but I don't. It's just his overall presence is just it screams confidence, and I like that about him. So, and I think he's just going to get better with time. So,
Some people think that he's cocky, and I think that's where he gets the misreputation on it.
and it's and that's amazing. That's what I think that's what I like about him. It's just I
Hmm.
love the cocky heels. It's just it's awesome. So. It's no different than MJF. MJF is just extremely cocky and arrogant, but that's why we love him. You know what I mean? So,
Um, the constant push of JD McDonough has been pretty good. Like, I was
yeah.
glad he came over from NXT UK when that fizzled out. I was afraid he was going to be one of the casualties, but they were smart enough to keep him, and he just fits right in. Like, everybody was so mad that his name was changed, but come on, like, you have
Yeah.
to know when you come on TV, WWE is going to change their name to something that they can market. They're not going to allow you
Right.
to keep using your name to where you own the rights to everything.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand that. I personally I like Jordan Devlin better too, just because I just felt like it just meshed well. It just meshed better with his character at that time. But now with the name change, I think he has the space, if you will, to grow and change and evolve or whatever. But yeah, no, he's a great talent. I think he is a future North American champion as well. I think he'd be great for that title up next. So yeah, the constant push of him is just going to make him an even bigger star. So yeah, they're doing things right on NXT for sure. They're pushing the right people.
A lot of people are so upset with how things have been run lately on NXT, and people
I
are
don't know
like,
why.
"Well, why is Shawn Michaels running it? He's the one doing everything, and he's not working." But he's the developing people, and that's what NXT is supposed to be.
Right. Yeah. But anyways, we're like way off topic.
Oh, we're talking about each of the
Well, true,
competitors in it.
true.
So
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
uh, I was going to segue into saying, speaking of former NXT North American champions, Carmelo Hayes, I can definitely
Yes,
see him being NXT championship in the near future.
yes, for sure. And it's great that you brought him up too because you know for a while I think he's very popular amongst a lot of people, especially online. And for a while, like I just didn't like I knew the talent was there. I just didn't really connect with him like that. I was like, I mean, he's cool, whatever. Up till recently, now I'm like, okay, now I see what everybody else is seeing. Like the guy's a star. The match that he put on with Wes Lee for the North American Championship a couple weeks ago,
Hmm.
that was amazing. I saw that and was like, okay, that this guy's a star for sure, 100%. So and I think to keep him in at that level, just continuously going after the North American title, is going to kill his momentum. So eventually, they're going to have to push him to the main event scene and give him the NXT Championship title shot that I think he so rightfully deserves. He's an amazing talent. I would like to see more from him. I think character development wise, and probably more so on the mic, if you will. But in the ring, he's amazing. He's an absolute star, 100%. So yeah, and I would definitely see him as NXT champion, as you said, in the near future for sure. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to piggyback off that, I could definitely see him winning this one and earning that title shot.
Yeah, for sure.
The surprise for me in this match is the last competitor, Axiom. I did not think he'd be the one that would have won the triple threat to get in. I thought it was going to be Von Wagner, honestly, with the way they've been pushing him lately.
Yeah, probably because they probably saw it as they don't want to over push somebody who's already gotten their one-on-one title shot. You know what I mean? They're trying to spread the love and keep it even, I guess. So
I just thought it would have been a different, like, you have the high flyers already in the match with Carmelo Hayes, who flies, Waller, who flies. I thought Von Wagner would have been that one person that would have counteracted that. That's why I figured he would have won it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But honestly, I mean, to who I'd want to win this match, or who I think's gonna win this match, I can see Carmelo Hayes winning it, but I'd be okay if Joe Gacy or Grayson Waller won. I think if either one of them won, it would definitely be a shock to a lot of people. So, and I'm with that 100%. Just to throw people off, without them having to try to predict everything correctly or whatever. So,
yeah, those are the three that I could see coming out victorious in this. The big shocks would be McDonough because he already had his title shot, and Axiom is like definitely the long shot odds.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But
absolutely.
I'd be okay with any of those three winning it. But I do think it is Hayes' time, and I think he's going to get a shot at whoever wins the title because that match, I am torn on with everything that's been going on.
Right. That makes sense. What's next on the card?
Well, I just have the card. I don't know the order or anything. The next one would be we could do the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge.
Okay.
This one's a little bit more of a head scratcher to me with the competitors. Like, Indy Hartwell is ready for the main roster. Like, she should have been called up once Dexter Lumis started coming back into the picture with Gargano and all them because she just fits in good with them.
Right.
Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade are bona fide stars already, and they're still so young. They just need to get their kinks ironed out. Not everybody likes Zoe Stark. Like, they don't want her to see her win. Like, they don't want her to be the one to beat Mandy Rose. Even though they all want Mandy Rose to lose, everybody wants her to lose. They just don't want Zoe Stark to be the one to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about Zoe Stark either, really. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she'll grow on me eventually, but I'm just not crazy about her in general. I mean, she can go in the ring, obviously. We know that already, but I don't know. It's just her overall character. I think it's not clicking for me right now. But maybe I don't know. Maybe down the line it'll start to make sense. Whatever. Like I said, just like with Carmelo Hayes, I wasn't really. It's not that I disliked Carmelo Hayes. I just didn't see what everybody else saw until I really started paying attention, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. This guy's a star. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be like that for Zoe Stark. But right now, I'm like, take it or leave it, really.
Wheezy, definitely not dueling beards. Mine's getting destroyed by Cam. And then you have the wild card, who I really don't even know that much about her because you really don't see her wrestle that often. Kiana James. Like
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like there was better options than to put her in this match.
Wait, I definitely think so as well. Um, yeah, I don't know anything about her other than outside of the whole feud she's got going on with. I can't think of their names.
That's the one, Fallon Henley, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So outside of that, I don't know anything about her. Um, yeah, she's definitely. I don't know. That's a mystery right there. I don't think she should have been put in this position because I mean, imagine if she wins. I mean, so many people are going to be scratching their heads like, huh? Why?
If it, if
You
it's
know?
not Jade or Perez, I think anybody's gonna be scratching their head anyway. Like
Yeah, that's true.
it has to be one of those two, in my opinion. And I would really like to see Roxanne Perez have the
Oh,
chance
for
versus
sure.
Mandy Rose,
Oh,
and then just make sure it's a match where Cora can't interfere because that's already happened too many times.
yeah. Right, right. Cora's in this match too, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna be a
So
nice
I would.
little
Oh yeah,
match
nice little
inside the match.
standoff between them two. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm pretty much on board with you on that one too as well. Hey, what's going on, everybody in the chat? Um, I would definitely like to see Cora Jade or Roxanne Perez win this match. They're the only two that really make any sense, honestly.
I could
They are.
say Hartwell too, but not nearly as much as those two.
Yeah, Indy sorta, but Cora and Roxanne Perez have worked their asses off this past year on that brand, and they're stars, 100%. So, like I said, I don't. They're I would say they're probably 6, 7 months away from being called up. If nothing else comes from them winning the championship or whatever, they're a good 6 to 8 months away from being called up. I think because they're just stars. So I would like to see Cora Jade win this. Honestly, I think Cora Jade's this is Cora Jade's time. When she I remember when she first turned heel on Roxanne Perez. I was not on board with that at all. I was like, no, I don't think she'll make a good heel. Yada yada. But boy was I wrong. Like she I mean, yo, a complete 180 character change, and she's absolutely killing it right now. So I'm blown away. I'm impressed with Cora Jade, absolutely. So, and I definitely think her winning the NXT Championship, NXT Women's Championship, would be the right move to go with.
Okay, I could see that. I'm surprised there is no women's NXT Women's Championship match on this card, considering it's only a 5-match card right now.
Yeah, but I mean they're suffering from the same problem that the women's titles have on the main roster. There's not really a lot of tag teams. So
No, I'm saying like the women's championship match itself. There isn't Mandy Rose is not fighting anybody
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
the two people she would be fighting are facing off against each other in Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yeah. I don't know. They kind of booked that a little weird, because
Yeah.
it just leaves Mandy kind of in limbo. So
Um, you want to talk about the NXT Championship match next?
sure.
So, have have you been watching lately NXT?
Not really. I haven't seen a whole lot, to be honest.
They have these segments right now between Braun Breaker and Apollo Crews, and it
Mm.
is just gold. Like last week, they were on a boat fishing together, just hanging out, talking about it, going back and forth, saying like things about the match, and you were waiting for them to attack each other, and it just never happened. Like it just was like they sat there. Apollo Crews caught Crews caught a fish, and Breaker got mad because he didn't catch a fish. Like it was a great thing. And then the week before, they had them. Apollo Crews was studying like a playbook at a diner, and Breaker comes up and sits down, and they eat breakfast together.
That one I saw. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
So I love the way that they're doing this. I think this is going to be a banger of a match, just because
Mm,
both Breaker and Cruz can go, and I love the fact that they've let Cruz shine in NXT. He
hmm
needed this. It's like revitalized his career, so to speak, in my opinion, at least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love the way they've set this up. As you just described with them fishing together and then them being at a diner together. I like that. I like because it's a different element to how they interact outside the ring and outside the other than like the backstage segments and things like that. But man, I'm torn on this one. I really am because I feel like if Braun beats Apollo, it's just kind of like what's left for Braun, really. He's kind of just ran through most of the roster. So I definitely would love to see Apollo, even if it's just for a short time. I would definitely love to see Apollo get the NXT title, especially since his first time in NXT was very short, and I think he was called up prematurely, and he was never NXT champion, and
Hmm.
so for him to go back down there, and reinvent himself and do the things that he's done so far has been fantastic. And so the way they've built this up is if Braun Breaker has been this unstoppable gladiator, the champion for NXT, carrying the brand on his back. But now they've built it up like Apollo Crews is now his kryptonite. So that to me is an interesting element to the whole storyline between them two. And so yeah, Apollo Crews winning this, I would not be mad at all. I definitely would. It would definitely be a shock too because I just didn't wouldn't have seen it coming 6 months ago. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say him winning would be the right move to go with, just because, like I said, I mean, Braun Breaker's done he's beaten practically almost everybody there is to beat. So,
Yeah, there's really not much left for him to do here.
no.
So I think I actually think this is where we see him lose the title, and then he goes up,
Yeah.
or he gets injured, goes away for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then boom, surprise entrant in the Rumble, and that's his main roster debut.
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I definitely think that they need the NXT audience definitely needs a break from Braun Breaker. Just because they
No
see
pun
him so
intended.
much. No pun intended. But it's because they see him so much, and you don't want to like oversaturate his character by seeing him every single week and just dominate every single body that he's ever in the ring with. So yeah, him going away for a little bit and then maybe even coming back for one more match with Apollo and then going to the main roster, I'd be fine with too. But yeah, a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble, that would be pretty sick. So yeah, and like I said, he's pretty much done in NXT. There's nothing left for him to really do. It's the same with Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose is
I
her
mean,
title reign is over what, like 400 days now. She's practically done. There's nothing left for her to really do.
but she's gonna get called up and then do nothing up there,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
mean she'll get lost in the shuffle probably, but
But I I would like to see Cruz win this. I think he's actually gonna win this. And
yeah,
I think that
I'm,
would be a
I'm-
good match between him versus him and any one of those three that we spoke about earlier winning that match.
oh yeah, for sure.
Um, this match is one of the ones I'm actually the most excited to talk about. The tag team match for the NXT championships. Pretty Deadly versus The New Day.
Now see, while I didn't see much, I did see the clip where I guess there was some segment between the New Day and Pretty Deadly, and I saw when Kofi and Woods hit like a double super kick onto Pretty Deadly or whatever, and I was just like, I was kind of thinking about it because they had announced the whole match between them for the tag team titles at Deadline or whatever, And I was just kind of like, that's kind of strange because I'm like, why is the New Day in NXT? I kind of feel like, now this is my opinion. I kind of feel like they literally put them in this position because they're trying to get some more familiar faces down there, whatever. They don't just want a card full of just like the newer people because it's just like, people are not so familiar with him or whatever. So they wanted to spice it up and put somebody who's an established tag team, such as the New Day, in the
Mm-hmm.
mix to kind of mix it up a little bit and add some familiar faces in there. Now, in terms of who's winning this, it virtually makes no sense for the New Day to win the NXT tag team titles.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely not. And I don't
They
even,
have not won
I'll
them.
be honest, and I'll be honest, like I'm not even a fan of Pretty Deadly as a tag team. I'm really not. But the way they've been built up this far is the way they're supposed to be built up as a new up and coming tag team. And for an already established tag team, such as the New Day, to beat them would kill the momentum dead in its tracks. So I personally think that they're literally well, it's a couple of reasons why they're making this match. One, I think it's just to get more eyes watching NXT because they want people to pay more attention to it, I would think. And two, because I would think if the plan, hopefully, if the plan is for Pretty Deadly to beat the New Day, that's just going to put Pretty Deadly over even more because now they've beaten an established tag team such as the New Day. So, no questions asked. The New Day does not need to win this match at all. No.
See, I'm on the mindset of they are a main roster talent. NXT is a developmental talent, and there's no way the developmental should beat the main roster without being ready to go up to the main roster.
Right.
So losing to a main roster talent would not hurt them in any way, in my opinion. It would just show that they could stay with the teams, but they're just not quite ready to go up yet. If they beat them, it's like, well, why are they still in NXT? What else do they have to prove down there? They've beaten the top. They beat a team from the main roster. They need to go up.
I mean, that makes sense. I understand what you're saying. But it's just like it's just to me, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it in a how can I put this? In a brand's perspective, I guess. It's just they are they are a part of NXT and they have been built up the way they have so far. So it just to me it just doesn't make any sense for the New Day to win this match when it doesn't do anything for the New Day. The New Day have already been tag team champions multiple times on the main roster.
But have they
And
won the NXT championships?
no, but they don't need to though. I feel like that's below them. Like, you know what I mean? Like like that's just stat padding at this point. Like, oh yeah, let's go for those titles because we haven't won those titles. Like, you guys have been the tag team champions on the main roster. Why do you don't need you may want to, but do you really need to though? See what I'm saying? Like I get it, but it
It do make sense.
I can see if the New Day won this match, and then like the next that next Tuesday after deadline, like the ratings are like through the roof because the New Day or the NXT Tag Team Champions. I get it. It would be a rating spike. Cool. But then after that, you gotta continue to go with that because now the New Day, your main roster tag team, is on NXT. That's a problem. You definitely gotta have the New Day on the main roster, SmackDown, Raw, whatever. Period.
Well,
They're
you
they're
have
just a main attraction up there.
you have them do what Solo did when he won the North American title before they stripped him of it. You bring it up to the main roster and talk about NXT on the main roster. You get the cross promotion, get more eyes on NXT.
I mean, yeah. I can't disagree with that.
And then you can have Pretty Deadly come up to the roster and challenge them for the titles there. Doesn't have to be on NXT.
Yeah, I mean
There are
they would have
benefits.
to anyway.
There are benefits within WWE itself to have them win because then they can do the cross and get more eyes on NXT. I see your point to where it doesn't make sense because of everything they have done for Pretty Deadly, but as an overall business perspective, I could see the New Day winning this and
Yeah.
expanding the eyes on NXT because the numbers have been okay recently. This past week was not as good as they have been in the last 6 weeks or so, but to get more eyes on the product, they've done that with other people. They brought Ricochet down there for that match, and that was a freaking banger of a match. So it's like things can happen. I would like them to see. I would like New Day to win so I could see them get the one title they don't have yet, and hopefully it gets more eyes on NXT and more exposure for them.
That makes sense. But I'm going with I'm going with Pretty Deadly. Just to combat you or whatever. Just to mix it up because we pretty much have agreed up to this point.
So
So
far, yeah.
so I'm going with Pretty Deadly, even though I know logically it could be the New Day based off what you said. So yeah, I'm going with Pretty Deadly.
Okay. And then we have the last match on the card, Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn.
Man, I'm a pretty big fan of Isla Dawn, and I think she's pretty cool. I think she has a different kind of element to her. Um, Now I don't know. I don't know where she fits in NXT's kind of whole like like I just didn't understand the point of like I mean you might as well have put her in toxic attraction because like I just didn't get the point of having her interfere in the match with Mandy and Alba Fire. I just didn't understand that. I thought that was
Mhm.
kind of a weird place to have her interfere because to me looking back on it, it almost looked like Isla Dawn was almost like in association or in cahoots with Mandy Rose. So it
Right.
was just kind of weird place to kind of interject her and introduce her to, this NXT crowd. But overall, though, I mean, obviously, I think the obvious choice here is Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn just got there, and she's got some momentum going right now. So I think it'd be Isla Dawn. Now, what does this do with Alba Fire? I don't know. That this kind of hurts her a little bit because I don't know how many times she's fought Mandy Rose now, 4 or 5 times now, and she hasn't won any of those. So yeah, I don't know. She's in a must-win situation because if not, she's kind of DOA on NXT. But I think Isla Dawn needs to win this because she's brand new. She's got the momentum on her side.
Have they fought before over in NXT UK? Like, do they have history
Uh,
from over there? Because I
I
really
I
didn't
think
watch NXT UK that much.
I didn't either, but I think they did a few times. Not a whole lot, but I think they did a few times.
Because I could see that's the reasoning why she attacked her, like from their history over there. So it looked like what you were saying that Toxic Attraction hired her to help out, so to speak.
Mhm.
But I like what Isla Dawn is about. I like her gimmick. I like how she is. I just think that they're going to have Alba Fire win because, like you said, it's going to ruin her momentum if she doesn't. Because she
Right.
has suffered a lot of losses lately. And I know WWE is not about that win loss record. We know they
Mhm.
don't care about that as much. But sometimes you need to stop that momentum and just get that win on your belt to right the ship, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And now that you mention it, I think yeah, I think they did have like a feud a little while on NXT UK from what I know. Like I said, I didn't watch it religiously like that, but I did watch a few episodes.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think they did. So they do have a feud past. So I believe that's
Okay.
that's the only thing that would make sense as to why she attacked her.
Right.
So and I don't mind that. I think that's I actually like that. I like when they start a feud in another brand and then bring it to another brand. It adds more importance to the feud. So, but yeah, I'm going with Isla Dawn in this one. I think it's just
Yeah.
it's a must win with her. Because it'll determine how the rest of her NXT days go until she
Hmm.
gets called up. So
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Alba Fire on this one, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you see who was at NXT last week in the crowd and at tryouts at the Performance Center?
Hmm.
They had Vincent and who's the other guy that was with him from ROH? They used to be in ROH and with the what's their name? Can't think of their name right now. They just signed recently with AEW. They used to be in WWE and they left. And Maria Kanellis and her husband.
Oh, God dang it! I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Vincent and somebody else from over there, and then they had Kaylee Ray over in NXT this week. They were sitting in the crowd. Mike
Yeah,
Bennett.
Mike Bennett. Thank you, Prince.
Thanks, Prince.
Yeah. That's
Um,
crazy. That's actually crazy.
so there's so many people coming in. I could actually see some surprises this week on the show. It
Oh
will
yeah.
not surprise me if we see somebody come over there. Yeah, I'm watching SmackDown on out of the corner of my eye, Kane, and I see New Day actually just appeared on there.
But yeah, that's actually pretty crazy. So it's good though because they're bringing in some talent that can replenish the brand. So
Yeah, so I'm expecting a lot of NXT call-ups around the Rumble shortly after Mania, that time frame, and then they're going to start over building up.
did you see the NXT Vengeance Day announcement?
Yeah, February 4th, right?
Yeah, but they're
And
they're not
they're
going to be they're
touring.
not going to
They're
be
back.
they're not
They're going
yeah
to.
touring. So I saw that and I'm like, finally, let's go.
Well, they were
They're
doing
getting
that.
out of
Weren't they
Orlando.
doing that before the pandemic? They started touring for pay-per-views, and then the
Yeah,
pandemic
well
hit, and
they
then they
were
were
doing it for the
relegated
takeover
back.
too.
Yeah, because it was the takeover on the weekends of the main of the main pay-per-views. So
Right.
I could definitely see um that Tuesday before WrestleMania being like a takeover, so to speak.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
Well,
That'd be awesome.
to get off topic a little bit, did you see the announcement for SmackDown on January 30th that John
Hmm.
Cena is coming back?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the plan is to make that SmackDown and that Raw almost like one that day one pay-per-view premium live event between those two shows. So both shows are going to be premium live event caliber.
Hmm.
So they're going to make those
Interesting.
big shows.
That's
So
big.
so that they're coming up with some good stuff. Like I like what they're doing.
Yeah,
NXT has called my like I enjoy watching NXT. I liked them when they were I liked it when it was 2.0. Not a lot of people always ragged on the colors of everything, but I thought this product was good and you actually got to see people develop. And that's what I
right,
enjoy. Watching people grow because then you get invested in them from the start.
right. That makes sense. No, I definitely I like the black and gold. Honestly, the black and gold brand was awesome. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it religiously, but I watched it enough to where I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And I just loved how they operated. It was almost, you might as well have considered NXT like another company because they
Oh,
ignored the main roster completely,
mm-hmm.
and I loved that because it was just like they operated on their own in their own atmosphere, their own rules. So I loved how they did that. And then the takeovers. I mean, every takeover was like a WrestleMania caliber because every match was just like a banger. So
five five match card, 2.5 hours, boom, 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 banger after banger after banger.
yeah, yeah. So man, it's just like that whole era right there was insane. So, but yeah, and even NXT now, it's like they're kind of in between. They kind of have a mix of some
Mm-hmm.
2.0 stuff and black and gold stuff. So I like it. I definitely like what they're doing with it. I think they're trying to right the ship, if you will. So yeah, I think things are looking up for NXT, and I'm excited to see what they do in the future. So, and I think they'll have a big 2023. So,
New Day with the tribute to Jason David Frank. The way they beat him
yeah,
over there.
that was sick. That was sick. Yeah,
Well,
that was pretty.
Kofi's wearing the green and uh, Xavier's wearing the white right now. So,
That's awesome. That's pretty sick.
but
But
yeah, I'm
yeah,
looking forward to the show. It's
oh yeah,
Saturday night. It's a nice little five match card. Won't take up too much time, and it just should be enjoyable across the board.
oh yeah, for sure. So what is your overall deadline, like overall show deadline prediction out of 10?
Based off of the matches itself, I'm not going to go based off of winners because I usually get disappointed if they don't win who I want to win. I think it's going to be a 8 out of 10 with the
Nice.
matches itself. I'm looking forward to the Iron Survivor Challenge. Like I want to see this take place. Like the
Yeah,
rules just intrigue me. The penalty box, like
yeah.
I want to know who's going to be in the penalty box the most. Like that's what intrigues me. Like who are we going to see locked up all the time?
The thing that I've told people, it's basically like it's basically like Championship Scramble,
Hmm.
um, King of the Mountain, and probably like Beat the Clock. Them three matches you put those in a blender, and that's basically what you get with Iron Survivor. If
Yeah,
you ask
I
me.
would say like the war games aspect where one of them comes in at a time.
Right, right. So,
So
I
yeah,
would say
but
out of 10, I'm gonna set my standards a little bit lower. So I'm gonna say probably 6 out of 10, but
okay.
there's room for that though. So yeah, I don't want to set it too high and then get disappointed. Kind of want to set it low and then be like blown away. So, but yeah, I think it'll be a good show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I have nothing to do, so I get to actually sit down and watch it all tomorrow.
Nice. So, but yeah,
But thank you for having me on here. My first
oh
time
yeah,
going live on TikTok.
yeah, absolutely.
Shadow said earlier it's weird seeing me on here.
It is. It really is though.
Well, you normally don't see me on the streams.
Not at
You
all.
only you only
I
see
mean,
the
like
other guys.
in the comments, but that's about it.
Yeah, but
But anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming by. 1.3 thousand likes. This is my, you know, unofficial premature return to TikTok. But yeah, I had to come on here. Had to get Scalz on here. His first time on TikTok, so let's give him a warm welcome. Make him feel welcome here on TikTok. Yeah, we got on here, did some off the top podcast predictions for tomorrow night NXT Deadline, and so yeah, don't know. I know we're gonna do a review show, just don't know when yet. So we'll figure that out. So
yep.
stay tuned for that. And yeah, once again, Matt, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Kim.
And
Appreciate it.
I will see you guys in the next one.